As the young man stared at the rough stone, a hidden dragon spirit materialized, revealing a secret. Inside lay 5 tons of top-grade azure dragon jade, worth at least 10 billion. Recognizing a once-in-a-lifetime treasure, the young man calmly asked the price. The arrogant boss, puffing on his cigarette, scoffed at the youth. He bragged that many coveted the stone, but he intended to cut it himself to maximize his profits. Unfazed, the young man challenged the old man's confidence, pointing out the massive financial ruin he would face if the stone turned out to be completely worthless inside. Sensing an opportunity to unload a risky asset, the boss offered a deceptive deal, raising his hand to demand a staggering sum for the entire uncut stone. The young man's friend gasped in sheer horror, initially mistaking the gesture for 5 million, only to realize the boss was asking for much more. But the greedy boss laughed in their faces. He demanded a jaw-dropping 500 million, refusing to lower the price by a single cent. Panicking, the friend pointed out the deep, ominous cracks on the stone's surface, warning that a 500 million investment could vanish in an instant. Dismissing their concerns, the boss mockingly suggested they were simply too poor to gamble in the high-stakes world of natural jade. Without a second thought, the young man pulled out a premium black card, ordering the immediate transfer of 500 million. The boss was utterly stunned. A wicked smile crept across the boss's face as he remembered that 20 top experts had already deemed the stone worthless. He was convinced the kid was a complete fool. Relieved that he hadn't cut the flawed stone himself, the boss silently celebrated dodging a massive financial bullet. Feigning admiration for the young man's boldness, the boss finalized the sale, strictly warning that there would be no refunds once the stone was opened. Eager to witness the boy's ultimate downfall, the boss generously offered a free cutting service, leading them straight to the workshop. A cynical crowd quickly gathered, whispering that even the greatest experts wouldn't touch this cursed stone. Everyone waited to see 500 million turn to dust. Ignoring the whispers, the young man confidently directed the master cutter to open a small window at the very top of the rough stone. As the light hit the fresh cut, the crowd erupted in disbelief. It was flawless. Top-grade azure dragon jade. The boss screamed in pure, regretful agony. Knowing he had won, the young man mocked the desperate boss, who shamelessly offered 800 million to buy back the masterpiece he had just sold. With a cold, piercing gaze, the young man rejected the insultingly low offer for such a peerless, priceless gem. Suddenly, a wealthy jewelry tycoon stepped forward, casually bidding a staggering 1 billion, crushing the old boss's hopes of getting his treasure back. Before the deal could close, a ruthless gang boss stormed in, aggressively raising the bid to 1.5 billion and sparking a tense standoff between the titans. The tattooed thug cornered the young man, demanding he take the 1.5 billion or face the deadly wrath of his powerful jewelry syndicate. But the young man didn't flinch. He flatly refused the billion-dollar threat, commanding everyone to stand back and watch him make the second cut. Furious at being humiliated, the thug cursed the boy's arrogance, warning that if the second cut failed, he would lose both his fortune and his life. With absolute authority, the young man ordered the cutter to carefully grind the edges, leaving the crowd holding their breath to see what miracle would emerge next.